Okay, MS. So today is the second day of the Teach Me project in Scratch. So if you could, please have the cheat sheet open for the day 2 directions. Please have a tab open for Scratch. Once you sign in on the top right, you can go under My Stuff and open the project that we started yesterday, your Teach Me project. If you remember, your goal is to have a sprite that asks the user their name and 5 questions that are factual so that user can input the correct information. Yesterday, we allowed our character to walk in from off the screen. It introduced itself, what the animation is all about, and asked the user their name. When the user puts in their name, like my name is Bob, the sprite says, "Hello, Bob," and asks the first question. If you don't have this coded yet, please go back to your cheat sheet and look at the second slide. There's also video directions there. Today's directions say that you're going to add on to this code. So we stopped at this blue block yesterday, and we're going to add this forever if else statement, where if the answer is correct, it runs this portion of the code. Otherwise, they got the answer incorrect and they're going to have to ask the question again. So on your code, remember you can always clean up blocks or add comments if you want to like leave yourself notes, and you can also zoom out. So I'm going to add on to this code. I'm going to say, all right, after I ask this question, what is 2 plus 2? I want the user to either answer, they're going to wait and they're going to answer it. So is the answer correct or is it incorrect? So for that, we're going to need a forever loop. We're going to need an if else statement. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to zoom in. So if the answer is correct, that portion's right here. This code block does not fit under the answer. Answer cannot fit in there. So we can't just say if the answer is blah, blah, blah. We have to say if the answer is correct. So that's why we're going to go under operators. We can say there's an equal, so it's the third one in this block of 50 here. If the answer is, and in this case, the answer would be 4. So if 2 plus 2 is 4, if they answer that correctly, what should happen here? You would probably tell the user they're correct. So we're going to drag the say hello and say, yes, that is correct. If they are wrong, you're going to say, sorry, try again. Now, we never got out of this loop. We don't want to just keep telling them they're right. We have more questions to ask. So we're going to have to broadcast a next question that will only start after they get this one correct. This code block starts with a green flag. I found that under events. But it doesn't have to start with a green flag. We learned that through our game where we can broadcast things. So in this section right here, after we get the answer correct, we're going to broadcast question 2. So I'm going to change this message 1 to a new message, and I'm going to call it question 2. And then after I broadcast this question, I want to stop asking the first question. So I'm going to go down in my control, and it says stop all. When I drag that inside here, I just want to say stop this script. So I ask, what is 2 plus 2? If they put 4, you're going to say that's correct, and you're going to ask them the next question. You need to stop asking them what's 2 plus 2 because they already answered that. Now, if they get it wrong, oh no, sorry, that's wrong. But you actually have to trick the computer and you have to drag another one of these asks. And you're going to ask the same question that's here again. So I'm going to put, what is 2 plus 2? type it correctly. There we go. So let's run this code and see what happens. Hello, nice to meet you. It comes in from off the screen. Still does all of this code up here. I need to know your name. My name is Bob. Hello, Bob. And then it's going to say, what is 2 plus 2? I'm going to get it wrong. 2 plus 2 is 2. Sorry. Try again. What is 2 plus 2? I'm going to put in 4. Yes, that's correct. And then nothing happens because I never made a broadcast where I received this one yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out here so you can see all of this code makes this guy ask, what's your name? And the first question. I'm going to save this. It works. I'm going to make my life as easy as possible, and I'm going to do this efficiently. So when I go under events, the next code block is not going to start with the green flag because I don't want it to start right when my animation starts. I'm going to grab this one when I receive message 1. And I'm going to change message 1 to say question 2. So when I receive question 2 here, I wanted to ask a new question. I'd have to rewrite all this code. That's going to take you a long time. Instead, if you pull this block away, you could right click and say duplicate. You just rewrote all that code by duplicating it. Try this back on here. Zoom in, scan over. Question 2, it's going to be a new question, so I can edit this. I can say a totally different question. What's the capital of New York? And it even knows that I'm a bad speller. Say yes, capital. If the answer is, you could put words in here. The capital of New York is Albany. If that's correct, you're still going to say yes, good job. And you're going to broadcast not question 2, because it'll just bring you back here and you'll get stuck in the loop. You're going to broadcast question 3. So I'm going to make a new message. Question 3. And it's going to stop asking question 2. Oh no, but what if they get it wrong? You're going to ask that same question again. So you can copy this and paste it right there instead of retyping it. So this is question 2. If I zoom out, I was able to get all of that code again by just pulling this off and duplicating it. So hopefully, my darlings, this is what your code looks like for day 2. Make sure you say save now. If you want me to see it, you can hit share. Other people won't see it unless you give them the link or if you add it to the studio. But let's run our code. This will ask 2 questions. Nice to meet you. I'm going to ask you some math facts. First, I need to know your name. My name is Bob. The user might have to click in here. Hello, Bob. What is 2 plus 2? 3. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Try again. What is 2 plus 2? 4. Yes, that's correct. Oh, and it asks a new question. You can see that it's lighting up this code. So eventually when you make a mistake, because that will happen, you'll be able to see which code block you forgot to add something in. So what's the capital of New York? Albany. Oh, let's try this. If I type Albany with a lowercase. Oh, it still says that's correct. All right, that's cool. So you might want to test it and just make sure. Keep your answers so they're short. If someone has to type a really long answer, that's usually where we get the human error involved and it's not your code. So just make sure that you save often, that you check out the cheat sheet because hopefully it shows you all of this. And that kind of shows you here and here. And then tomorrow we'll add the rest of our questions. So for day 2, you should have a sprite that moves out onto the stage, asks the user their name, and then asks them one question. And if they get it right, it broadcasts question 2. So again, make sure that you're saving often. Happy coding and happy Tuesday.